Hello everyone, back again doing a driving update video, which I just did one of these for about 30-40 minutes or so, and I heard it turn on and I heard it turn off when I was done, and it still didn't do much. So, I mean, it didn't save at all, so didn't get anything from that one on video. But anyhow, go ahead and switch things up, do a long driving video. I don't necessarily get to do a lot of these unless it's the wee hours of the night or first thing in the morning, or random times, I guess. Not regularly is what I'm saying. So hopefully you guys are doing well, having a good day, all that, choosing to have a good day, such. Yeah, I don't know really where to even begin. I guess a lot has been going on. I don't really want to repeat myself that I went into the other videos necessarily, but it's been very busy, we'll say, and I don't see it slowing down if it's all any in my control. I just worked for basically the last day straight or so. I'm in my car, and I reckon hopefully the wind's not too annoying. 85 degrees out, and on a May day, not the witchcraft day, but on a May day, almost June. The year is passing us by day day, as it always does. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of screen records. I have been doing as many uploads and recordings of my video games as possible. I've been trying to play some video games for the channel. I picked up Bakugan Battle Brawlers a while back, doing that. Haven't played that in a little while, so I figured I'd give that another try. Still kind of taking notes and whatnot for some Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, some Pokemon stuff, wrestling stuff, anything that really catches my eye or whatever. I mean, I listen to a lot of podcasts and whatnot. I hear a lot of things, usually on 2x speed. And, I mean, it's gotten more and more boring to me, honestly. And it's like, I don't know what it is. It's not even like my mood necessarily, because I think my mood's a lot better than it has been before, and I'm just not really interested. I don't even think it's burnout. I think it's just boring, annoying, monotonous content. I really believe that's what it is. And you hear like 5 to 10 people talk about the same thing. I'm like, okay, that's all fine and good, but I don't really see what I'm getting out of it in the same sense. So yeah, that's pretty much the situation. And I'm coming to a turn, so I reckon be quiet there and make my turn. Wow, okay. I played some Yu-Gi-Oh against my buddy. He was playing the Tenpai deck. I showed off his Tenpai deck against my other friend's branded Despia, whatever type deck you want to talk about. And I think it runs a lot smoother than the branded Chimera deck he used to play, because I was keeping up with that pretty well, and we were kind of going back and forth. But yeah, I think some of the cards were just suboptimal in the branded Chimera. I don't know if he bricked or what, but I wasn't real impressed with it at the first glance. I tried getting those 2 videos up. As you can probably tell, sometimes the camera shuts off and I just upload whatever goes up with it. And obviously you've got a lot more going on with videos and so forth. Those will keep coming. I've got, I think, 3 videos on the branded and Tenpai video. The first duel took like 13 minutes, and sometimes the even on a full, nothing else on it saved, it still only saved like 15 minutes maybe. So it's kind of ridiculous. I don't really understand it. Like one day it'll take like an hour, and the rest it'll take nothing whatsoever. So that's pretty much the situation I'm in. Pretty much what I do is, like right now, I'm heading home and I'll be doing some other stuff. I record stuff when I'm not sitting in front of the screen as well, whether it's screen record or video games or whatever. I do a lot of things with that. I do a lot outside of just recording and so forth. So that's probably what I'll do. And I upload the video as soon as it's available. So that video will be uploading while I'm uploading other videos and doing other things, getting things done in life that I need to be doing. So that's the goal, and that's what I do. I'm trying to get more viewers and whatnot, but I understand, like, as much esoteric content, I'm dang near shadow banned. I'm not saying I am shadow banned, but I know, like, I have trouble with comments and likes and all that kind of stuff, both for myself and when I give to others. People don't see the content and whatnot. The censorship is really out of control, and I know most people probably don't understand that unless they're in the same position, but it is really wild. Like, you like a video and then it'll read it, but it won't save it type deal. And that's just complete bull. Like, that should not be happening. No one should have their freedom of speech taken. No one should have their opinion be molded. You don't have to just agree with whatever you're being told you have to agree with type deal. I would rather explain my point of view than to be told, you're not allowed to have that opinion. Well, I'm allowed to have any opinion I want to have. It's my opinion. Like, I know a lot of people, they have opinions that are wrong or immoral or whatever, but theoretically you can talk about these things and make progress with them instead of just shutting people down. Like, I've had some people on my channels over the years and whatnot where I've disagreed with them, or even people who I watch, I'll say something to them or whatever, and that's just how it is. I'm not going to be a baby about everything and bicker. I say my point, and I'll stay with my point, and I guarantee I'll last longer than them in an argument, a quote-unquote argument, a disagreement, a back and forth, discourse, whatever you want to call it. Because if something doesn't make sense, I'm going to speak my mind, and I'm going to say the truth of things, not just, oh yeah, well, that's how you feel, whatever. Like right here, someone says, as on a stop sign, 9/11 was an inside job. That has been in there forever. That is a legend, whoever put that there. I wish that was more. I wish that was around more. I wish people did that more, because then people would actually think. That's all I'm saying. I don't want the rhythm of Al Gore to pick up on what I'm saying or whatnot, but definitely good to get your opinion out there, especially if you're trying your best to do things and you're doing it for the right reasons. I don't really trust any of these people that try to put their opinion out or whatever, and they have to record their face and so forth. That's not really trustworthy. Not everyone, but the idea of having your face on camera and all that, that's more of a fame, vanity type thing. And the majority of why most people do it is because they're copying someone else who did it. That really was all created by the same people that tell us what we're not allowed to do and whatnot. So I do quite the opposite. I do the opposite of what I'm told to do and whatnot. And that gets you far in life. You do the opposite of what the system tells you to do. And I mean the system as in, like, the government, the world organizations, quote unquote, all these big businesses and whatnot. Oh, take our implanted device in your body. Take, your poison in your arm. Take all that stuff. You do the opposite of what's mainstream, you'll get way further. If you disregard most things that are popular, you'll be better off for it. You won't act like the people that I've been around and whatnot. I can't even tolerate them sometimes. It's ridiculous. Like, there's no legitimate brain function going on there. It's just, I'm repeating what I hear. I'm acting exactly how I was trained to act, negatively. I believe in division. I want to divide, whether I understand that I'm dividing or not. I want to cause problems, even if I don't know that I am. That's really what they're doing. That's just how it is. Let's see what else is going on here. The last thing I left off on Bakugan Battle Brawlers, Julie was kind of destroying everyone on the Subterra field, and she got the power boost from the Subterra field. We each got 2 gate cards, 3 of us got 2 gate cards before Julie took it. I don't know that she beat me once, but that's neither here nor there. It's a 4-way. Whoever wins the most wins. That's how it goes. So I'll be able to get her back pretty soon. I'll be able to play Marduk. I just caught Rayquaza last night on Ruby, so that's good. That's one of the main things I really needed left to do. Now, the only thing I really have left is catching the Reggies, so I need to get the Relicanth and Wailord, do those tasks, and then maybe if I run into Latios or Latios, then I'll Master Ball it, and that's it. And then I can move all the stuff over and restart the game. As of right now, all there is to do is just fight the Elite Four over and over. I basically single-handedly beat it with Blaziken. That was the goal, and it was pretty simple, I guess. Especially for back then, the games were more difficult, where you had to know, I don't know, you didn't have access to all the broken moves so quickly and whatnot. Like, every member of your team can know Ice Beam, every member of your team can know Earthquake, and all this stuff nowadays. Back then, you had 1 per game. You wanted to do that, you were trading, you were going to be trading and transferring and all that just to get all that. And that's really what made the game much more difficult. Made you have to use your brain a lot more. Now, it's not so much. It's more just, once they put it in the game and you find it, you got it. And now with the internet and whatnot, it's not hard to quickly beat through a game. I guess you could say a lot's been going on in the wrestling stuff. I don't know. I just realize a lot of it's just divisive, agenda pushing nonsense, so I don't really get into much of it anymore. It's negative, very negative on purpose. You've got waiting to see this Pokemon stuff coming out. Getting a new game next year. I think it's coming out maybe in January, so I can get I can get ready for that, but I don't want to spoil anything really from the game. I want to be kind of surprised when it happens. I think Silent Castle's been kind of coming around to my point of view on that too. Like, the sooner you can or the longer you can hold on, then you'll be more surprised and then you'll enjoy it more. People get these ideas in their head that it has to be the way that they think or they heard. That's why I'm not real big into any of these videos that say things I want for this game or that type deal. Like, you're gonna play the game, you're gonna enjoy it. Just play the game. Stop your whining, stop your slang and your vulgarity and all that garbage. Like, keep it for yourself. Nobody else wants to hear it. Not anyone with a working brain, at least, I don't think. Just very ridiculous. Then you have to, understand what their slang is and whatnot. Their clickbait slang and so forth. Okay. It's quite warm. It dropped to about 79 now. But it still is warm. And I don't have my windows really open. I just have my sunroof. Let's see. I mean, there's always esoteric stuff. That's the only thing I really know a lot of what's going on. I mean, massive, massive amounts of weather events everywhere. You can look at probably anywhere and see, if you just look up weather events, storms, that type deal. I mean, I really believe that something bad's going to be happening soon with the power grid and all that type deal. I've been trying to prepare for that the best I can, and want to see how long the power grid goes down and whatnot, because it's going to be a good opportunity after the power grid, or whatever you want to call it. If the more they pull electric and stuff like that from people, the more people are going to wake up to, this is the last straw type deal. People are already on their last straw. They just need another thing to be obvious. It's really all it is. A lot of people really woke up when they were told, oh, you're losing your job, businesses are dying, prices are going up, you got the actors on TV acting fools, and that kind of stuff, telling them where you can go, where you can't go, how you can make money, how you can't make money, who you can see, who you can't see. Your sick family or friends are in the hospital or nursing homes or whatnot, and they just let them go. They just, because of the TV telling them to and whatnot. I mean, I could go into Canada's assisted suicide and all that stuff, but that's, not really the topic at hand. It connects, but it's not the topic at hand. People don't understand the Canadian American border cities. A lot of those cities are not running how they used to anymore, because they don't have what it takes to run anymore. There's not money coming in or out because people from Canada coming to America, people from America going to Canada. You've got all these places that rely on tourism. When you shut down tourism, that's massively shutting down a lot of options. So when you shut down all these options, you kill off the system. You kill off a lot of small business. And that's one of the biggest things. They don't want people to own private property. They don't want them to be business owners. They don't want them to have their own ideas. They don't want them to be healthy. They don't want people to get along. They don't want any of that stuff. There's nothing in it for them, just like George Carlin said, even though he was, always... The only thing a couple things I really didn't like was his overly perverted humor, desensitized type humor. He always mocked God and whatnot, and there was really no reason for it. It's he literally is talking to an audience that understands to a degree, but then they shut down. They're oh, he's funny. Okay, he's funny. Yeah, sure. So, and then they don't really think further down. People don't really let thoughts stay. They just, it's in one ear out the other. So you can say anything to some people, especially in massive groups like that, and an audience. An audience is basically one person. Sometimes it's easier to convince everybody than it is to convince one separate person, because it's not they're not even using their free will. It's more of, but yeah, George Carlin was saying about how the system really didn't want people to be healthy and get along and whatever. It was always about war, and it was about, making money off people, even though they print money. That's another thing that people don't That's the partially awake people think they understand these things. Oh, they're doing this for money. No, they don't care about money. Money is boring to them. They don't care. They print it. They are connected to people who print it. They don't. And that's just the truth of the matter. You own countries and you own land and you write all the laws and you understand mind control and that type of stuff. What do you need to print money that they already have enough for their many, many lifetimes over? You own the banks, you own the big business, you own technology, you own the electric grids, you own the military, you own the police, you own the government. But we could all put a stop to it real quickly if we stop going along with things. We stop paying all of everything. We stop believing in our vote counting, this and that garbage. Don't think they're not keeping track of people who are voting too. They'll use both sides of that, whatever happens. Oh, you voted this way. You're the problem here. You're this way. You're the problem here. I wouldn't be surprised if they leaked it. They leaked names of who voted for who. That would go into multiple agendas, so I could see it. I could definitely see that happening. But everything on TV, media, really is a distraction to dumb people down. You don't really get anything out of it. There's not a whole lot of good educational stuff. And the good educational stuff is either, not fully true or is on stuff that doesn't really matter that much. So, that's pretty much the situation. I'm trying to let it breathe too. Like, a lot of times I talk really fast. I don't know how much really gets comprehended and whatnot, but that's kind of how I am. I talk a lot. Hope that people connect with some things I'm saying. I was doing screen records and I found out the hard way that it picks up background noise, so probably picked up a lot of conversations that people were having, and when they play music and stuff, I got one of my videos taken down for copyright because they were playing music, and I was like, what are you talking about? How are all these songs in the video? And I'm like, oh, okay. Because I never really looked at the videos after I recorded them. I just kept going one after the next after the next. And I do that for 6, 8, 10 hours a day. You get a lot of videos, I got a notification on my channel, our main channel, that they quote unquote deleted my verification. So they're acting like they're not saving my face and all that stuff, even though we know they are. But I do my best not to show my face and whatnot. Obviously, I'm sure that the TV and stuff has reflected my face and stuff off of it, that type deal. But I don't purposely show my face for many reasons. You can frame people for crimes. You can make them AI, make them look like they're saying something. There's a lot of things you don't want to do, and there's really no reason for it. So I'm not doing it. I'm actually surprised that the channel known as Rebel Call, Wake Up Call, Nations Conspire, and Hurting Humanity, they're growing, and they're not stricken or anything yet, and it's really nice to see. They're kind of loose on things. Usually when they're loose on that kind of stuff, they go hard on massive flagging and whatnot soon. So it'll come around eventually, but Google, they don't even really have that many employees, and they don't really do anything anyway. So, stop what you can. Really, is really what they can do. The problem with a lot of these other sites, social medias and stuff, besides the censorship, even the ones that aren't as censored, like Rumble and BitChute and I don't even know what some of them are. There's a lot of like political ones and whatnot, people that believe they are basically of the same hive mind. So what's the point? Like, that's all fine and good. I recommend you upload stuff there. But as for people that are really trying to get information out to wake people up, like new people, and get awareness out, not just, all agree on, your vote counting. And, I say this because I know it's true, about like Trump being president is going to be the best thing ever, that type deal. And that's complete nonsense, because if you look at Trump's presidency, what happened there? The lockdowns, the injections, the censorship, the lies, the drama. And that's all it really was. Prices kept going up. He did nothing about the celebrities, like he said, because he's one of them. He was a celebrity before he was president, for anyone who doesn't know, especially younger people. I mean, he was on WWE doing WrestleMania and doing like matches with Vince McMahon and stuff like that. Like, it's so fake and like it's ridiculous. And then he had a show where he was the jerk. He was like the lovable jerk. That was his gimmick on The Apprentice, where his phrase was always, "You're fired, you're fired." That's legitimately his gimmick. And people can't comprehend that he's an actor. Just like every political person is an actor. Complete nonsense. Remind me, I have a cop right behind me. He pulled over right behind me. Kind of keeping my speed and not being a problem, and seeing what I can do here. Almost home. I always get stuck behind a cop on my way home, like every time. Okay, they're turning. Yeah, that's right. I wasn't doing anything, pal, so keep it moving. Actually, I see a couple garage sales. Garage selling used to be a big deal. Used to be able to go out and find some cool stuff people were selling and such. Now it's not so much. These people got that dang goblin statue out there year-round, apparently. I think they have it lit up at dang winter time, or Halloween, or Satan's Eve and all that crap. Fake holidays. They always have that there, though. Oh, man. Should I go ahead and check? Yeah, I think I'll make a stop. I'm going home and staying home tonight. I usually do that. I've been doing that a lot more. I go and I do my stuff, and then after that, that's it. Once I'm home, I'm staying home. I don't necessarily recommend it, but as much as I'm out and stuff, it's nice to have that break. But yeah, thank you guys for checking out the video. I appreciate it very much. The video should be up tonight. Have a good day, good weekend. God bless.